Few months ago, I heard some people say that going back to Islam will make us underdeveloped, according to the new technologies that the Western world lives in, and according to the Western modern civilization that Islamic communities lack on. So they mean if we go back to Islam, we'll just make the matter worse. So that's why I am here to prove the opposite and argue against this view. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people they don't know or they know nothing about the great achievements that we achieved in our golden ages, particularly something we humans like to call science. Well, to those people who say that going back to Islam will take us 1,000 years back, would you tell me in which age we shall go back? Is it in the age when Al-Ma'mun, the Abbasid Caliphate, was given the translators of any scientific book its weights of a gold? For example, if a book weighed 1 kilogram of a gold, the Caliphate's orders to the translator of the scientific book to be given 1 kilogram of a gold. How much is great? See the greatness? See the wealth? This is what it was. Yes. So in this period, the translation movement flourished, and a lot of translators started searching and finding scientific books, foreign of course, scientific books, in order to translate them and get benefits from them. Well, don't you think it is a good idea if we go back to the age when Ibn al-Haytham was the first Muslim scientific who created the glasses? The first one who created the glasses? Don't you think that? Or in the age when Zahrawi created surgery and medication? Well, the story of Ibn al-Haytham. When Ibn al-Haytham got older, his sight wasn't good enough to continue his job as an optician. So he started searching and looking for a new tool to increase his sight's quality, and this was the beginning of glasses. Well, why don't you go back with me to the age when Jabir ibn al-Hayyan was the first Muslim scientist who used scales in scientific experiments, and the grain was the smallest size that he used, and this specific size needs specific scale in order to calculate it. See the greatness? Well, here some people would say, of course, hey, what is the relationship between science and Islam? Here I say, remember the first word that Allah gave us, the first order. Remember. Get a second to guess. Yes. It is read. Read before you do anything. Read before you write. Read before you speak. Read before you send. Read before everything. See, it's not the order from your teacher, from your parents, or your best friend. No. It is the order of Allah, the creator of the cosmos, the God who created the earth and the sky and what's between them. Can you imagine? He didn't say first worship me. No, he didn't. He said read. Because when you read, you really will know who deserves to be worshipped. And you will know that you have to worship him. This is Allah. And he also said in the Holy Quran, say travel. He said move through the lands and observe how he began creation. قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ بَدَأَ الْخَلْقِ. And also said, we will show them our signs within the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them this is the truth. In Arabic. سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق. Well, this is Allah. And also, again, some people would say, hey, bro, how can we go back? They burn all the books. No, not all the books. We still have one. We still have Quran. Do you know, guys, that 80% of scientific facts that was mentioned in Quran was proved scientifically truth? Yes, so from Quran we can do lots. I hope to speak about all the scientific in Quran, but it takes a lot. It will be a documentary, or it might take more than 2 hours. So we don't have the time, and I know I speak so much, so thank you a lot for listening to me. And also what is strange for me is a lot of European scientific, they acknowledge our achievements which we have no idea about it at all. As the philosopher Ernest Renan said, Muslims were the main cause behind European developments. And also the scientist Pierre Curie said, if Muslims' books weren't burned all, we would be able to move through the galaxies. And also said, we were helped by 30 scientific books from Islamic civilization just to split the nucleus. See, 30 books, 30 Muslims' books just to split the nucleus. Isn't it great? Yes, it is great. Yes, but I know my brothers and sisters, I know to make Muslim knows the greatness of the history, his history, is harder than to make the foreigners know it. Well, this is what it is, what's going back to Islam will make us. So, my last word is, peace be upon you.